All right, we are doing house floor planning day 2 in the project. What I got is just an example bedroom, right? An example bedroom, can you see that I got a door here and there is a closet in this spot right there as well. It says just for practice, let's convert, these are all real world measurements. Let's convert them to scale. We are doing 1 inch equals 4 feet. So let's kind of go, I'll do the first one with us, 11 feet. How do we change that into scale? Divide or multiply by 4? Dividing by 4. So that is 2.75 inches. So we will have that on here. So 16 feet divided by 4 is in that 4 inches. And then you can see our door. I didn't even put it on there. It's kind of my bad, you know, but all of our doors are the same size. What is all of our doors in real life? 3 feet, and then when we convert that down, it's 3/4 of an inch, right, or 0.75 inches. I don't care if you put the decimal or the fraction. That's up to you, right? But you see this little weird spot right here is 4 feet, right? First of all, that does make perfect sense because when the door opens, isn't the door itself 3 feet, and then there's very likely a light switch right next to that, you know, so there's room for like a light switch, giving yourself some room. Yes, the light switch could be right here on this wall as well, but 4 feet is 1 inch. And then, now I started getting some crazy measurements, which I hope that you don't do. I'm hoping that you don't put these crazy measurements in there. It's not that you can't, but 3 feet 6 inches. Do you see how I did that? You know, would you believe how much of a foot is, I want all this to be in feet. So how much of a foot is 6 inches? Isn't it a half a foot? So wouldn't I have to take 3.5, right? Isn't that 3.5 feet and divide it by 4? Isn't that, oh no, 0.875. I'm going to hit math, enter, enter. And would you believe that's 7/8 of an inch, right? Can you already see? That doesn't look enjoyable to put on your test. You know what I'm saying? Your floor plan is your test. The harder you make it, the harder you are making your test. Does that make sense? So wouldn't do that, but this is 7/8 of an inch. 7 feet is the length of that closet. Please convert that for me. What is that to scale? 1.75 inches. And then, holy cow, if you Google windows, a very standard size for a window is 30 inches. We don't want any of our lengths to be in inches. We want it to be in feet. So wouldn't you have to take 30 and divide it by what to change it into feet? How many inches are in a foot? 12. Would you believe that's 2.5 feet, right? So, okay, this is 2.5 feet, but I need to change it to scale. So what would I have to do to my feet measurement? Divide by 4. Oh no! 0.625. That sucks. Math, enter, enter it. And isn't that 5/8 of an inch? I do not want any of your measurements to come out to be non-0.25, 0.5, or 0.75 decimals. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it clean and easy for this guy to grade. I have to grade every single person's floor plan by next class period, times 3 classes. So let's keep it simple. Sound okay? That's why also when we get to our Indians hardware store today, you'll see the motto is keeping it simple, because I have to grade this. So, all right, let's do it. It says find the area of the bedroom in square feet. Cool. Let's go with the overall giant shape. What shape is the bedroom? What shape is it? It's a rectangle, right? So what we'll do to show work, right? It says show work. We're going to do 16 times 11. That's what you did, right? Because that's in feet. They want the answer in square feet. So awesome sauce. 16 times 11. Punch that in for me, baby. What you got? 176. And what's going to help your brain a lot is putting labels on it. It is 176 square feet. Well, here's what we got. Our floor plan is decided. Now we're like talking to a flooring company, and a flooring company, just to kind of show you, if we go to Indians Hardware Store right here, like Indians Hardware, there's the logo. The place to find almost no variety or options, because we have to grade this, right? I love my little logo that I made there. But the flooring outlet, you've got choices for flooring. There's 3 different types of carpet that you could choose to put in your house. And we've actually got little swatches that you will cut out. They're already cut out. You will glue them on your trifold, like whatever color of carpet or flooring you select, you will put on your trifold, right? So we got that. But you could choose carpet. And if you do carpet, a lot of people don't know that there is padding underneath carpet, except for like in these situations. Here in school, there's no padding underneath this carpet because of how much traffic it gets. It's just walked on all the time. But in your home, people want it to be soft when they walk on it, so they have padding underneath of it. So we'll talk more about that. But carpet's kind of out of style for a lot of places. A lot of people use what's called this LVT, luxury vinyl tile. It's like fake wood flooring. It looks like wood, but it's fake. And the reason why they don't use real wood flooring is because real wood scratches very easily. Like especially if you got pets with long nails and they run and slide and do all this scratching, or if you drag furniture across it, you know it's going to scratch real easy. So this is like vinyl tile, and it looks like wood. So you got three choices there. And then a lot of times in the bathrooms, people put like a ceramic tile, you know, like they have that on their floor. So you can choose from those. Whatever you'd like to choose, you have honestly three options: carpet, LVT, or tile, and then three options inside of that. You could choose any of these three. If the color scheme doesn't match your preference, I'm sorry. This is why it's limited, because it's just like, hey, we're going to go with it. So it's pretty grayish and a little bit of old school. That's the theme that we're going with. Okay? So anyway, what this customer is going to do, they didn't do Indian's Hardware Store, but what they got is they're going to do carpet, and it is sold by the square yard. Uh-oh. What are they selling carpet by? Yep, we have done our measurement in square feet. Hey. 1 square yard. 1 yard by 1 yard. Isn't that 3 feet by 3 feet? Yes, yes, yes. So, how many square feet is in a square yard? What's 3 times 3, y'all? 9. There is 9 square feet in every square yard. Cool? So since we have our measurement already in square feet, what we need to do to convert that is divide it by 9. Divide that puppy by 9. And let's punch that in our calculator. 176 divided by 9 usually isn't going to come out nice. That's fine. I will put 19.5 repeating square yards, but that's not what we're going to sell them. We sell them by the square yard, so how many square yards would we have to sell them? 19 or 20? We've got to do 20 square yards. So that's what we'll write and circle, 20 square yards. Are you cool with the 9 as the conversion rate? Because there's 9 square feet in 1 square yard. If I was to make the tic-tac-toe board, every one of those is a square foot. It's 1 foot by 1 foot, and there's 9 of them total in there. Cool? So the customer has chosen a nice white carpet. That costs $15.76 per square yard. Find the cost of the carpet. It's very basic math once you have the right numbers. We have 20 square yards, $15.76 per square yard. I need the work shown like this. Boom, we're going to do that. I took $15.76, which is the price, times 20. Punch that guy in. Please ask any questions also if they come to you. So $15.76 times 20. Money is always 2 decimal places, guys, so that is 20 cents. Are we with that? You know, $315.20. Just to put carpet in that room is what that's going to cost for the carpet. Those are the materials. Well, like we talked about, carpet requires that padding underneath to make it soft to walk on. So the customer's chosen 7/16 inch padding. If I go back to Indian's Hardware Store, you can see you've got options, 7/16 inch padding or 5/16 inch. The difference is the thickness of how much it is, and the thicker the padding, the softer you walk on, right? So can you see there is a price difference in that situation. By the way, we'll talk more about it as we go. You have a $10,000 budget for your entire house. $10,000 to floor it and paint it. So if today's math, try to keep your flooring around the $5,000 mark because we still have to paint this thing, right? We got to paint all the walls. So you've got a $10,000 budget. You cannot go over $10,000 with your choices. And with these limited options, I don't think that's going to be an issue, right? Everyone's house is the same size, roughly, you know, and it's like, I don't think it's going to be an issue. Just can't get crazy. But we can't spend more than $10,000. So, all right, so it says the customer is going to choose that 7/16" padding. It costs $99.90 for a roll. But check it out. When they unroll that, every roll covers 100 what? Square feet or square yards? Square feet. So I got to go back to that number. Isn't this number our square footage, right? So I have 176 square feet, right? Every roll of padding covers 100 square feet. How many rolls will we need? 2 rolls. So I need 2 rolls. So find the cost of the padding. 2 times $99.90. Because there's 2 rolls and each one costs $99.90. Punching that in. Did you get $198.80? Or did I do it wrong? Is that right? What did you get? $199. Sorry, yeah, I just wrote the wrong number down. $199.80. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cool. All right, so that's what's called the materials. You know, not too many people in this world are good at installing carpet in themselves. You know, a lot of people put the LVT down, they put the tile down themselves, but the carpet, it's harder than you think because you got to stretch it and get it tight and all that stuff. Some people can do it, most people cannot. So what we will do is we will hire somebody to do this, right? So that's called the labor. It says to install the carpet and padding, your company charges $21 per what? Per square yard. So we got to go back to our square yard measurement. How many square yards of carpet are we buying / installing? 20. So 20 square yards times $21. For labor, that's going to cost us how much? And just a little wake-up call to the real world. Number one, those people earn their money. They know what they're doing. They are professionals. But it's kind of weird to a lot of people that the labor costs more than the actual carpet itself. You know, it's like it costs me more to have somebody do it than for me to buy it. That's why people try to do some of the things themselves, and then they realize if they can or can't do it, and they're like, oh, we should hire somebody. You know, it's like this was harder than you think. So, all right, cool. So check it out. We are ready to kind of put this work order. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we did the labor, right? 420. So let's take all this info, and all of this stuff was like calculations off to the side that the contractor was doing. It's like, okay, let me figure this all up, and then I'll put it on a nice, neat little like thing called a work order. So first thing that we'll do is kind of talk it through it like you're doing it. You will have this for 3 different rooms. Remember, you are only doing your 3 rooms, not all 6 rooms. So you are doing your 3 rooms. For this one example, would you believe we are in the bedroom, right? We have our calculations for a bedroom. Let's say you had 2 different bedrooms. You better call this like bedroom 1 versus bedroom 2, right? So, and what are we putting? White carpet. Notice I also put it in this because it is about carpet. I've kind of organized this work order to be, it's like, okay, here's carpet, here's LVT, and then there's also ceramic tile on your homework one in case you want to do like tile, but I know we're not doing it on these examples, so I was running out of room and didn't have ceramic tile, but cool. Are you cool with me doing bedroom, white carpet? From this guy, if you chose a carpet, you have 3 different colors to choose from. You would either choose Sandstorm, Batcave, or Frost. Please note there is a typo right here on the Frost carpet. That should say per square yard and not per square foot, right? All carpet is sold by the square yard. We'll talk more about that later. But you will literally be putting in what color of carpet you have chosen. Does that kind of make sense? Okay, so what quantity of carpet did we buy? We got all the work back here. How much carpet did we buy? 20 square yards, right? So remember, it's not yards, it's square yards. So 20 square yards. Then It's kind of like a giant receipt also. Like you've at least all had a receipt in your hands before when you buy something. They always tell you how much it costs per unit in this one. So we got to look back up. How much did just like 1 square yard of carpet cost? Do you see the 1576? Are you with me on that? Isn't that up like in number 4? So I don't have to keep going back and forth. Like 1 square yard of carpet costs 1576. Here, you would see this. It's like if you chose Sandstorm, it's $12.15 per square yard. Are you with me on that? So it's like how much did that cost for 1 unit? Now, let's go back here. And what was our total? We already got the math done. We just got to fill the numbers in. We took 20 times 1576. It's our answer to question 4. Isn't it $315.20? Are you guys okay with that? Nice. Then what I got here is in case you had more rooms like going, like let's say you also wanted to carpet like another bedroom, you know, like you might have a second bedroom and you put that information here, but you got to add up the total quantity that you had. In this one, don't we only have 20 square yards total? But if I had another bedroom, let's say it was 25 square yards of carpet, then would you see how it would have a total of 45 square yards of carpet? You know, because from one room and the other. So you're like stacking them on top of each other if you choose the same type of carpets. Carpet labor, how much did we charge for labor per square yard? How much? 21. Not like we paid 420 total, right? But the unit price is $21 per square yard. And that's where you get the $420 total. So this column right here is for total. This column is how much did it cost for 1 unit. The customer likes to see that. If you were handing stuff off, it's like, dude, how much does carpet labor even cost me? You know, $21 per square yard. Are we okie dokie with that? Next category, padding. Did we have to buy any padding? Yes? Yeah. And what room did it go in? Bedroom. Bedroom. And it was 7/16" carpet padding, I should say. Cool. How much padding did we buy? 2 rolls. So we'll even put the word rolls in there to make it easier. 2 rolls of padding. And then the unit cost is in there at $99.90 per roll. And we bought 2 of them for $199.80, Mr. Fonsfield. There you go. There is all of that. There's no labor for padding. That's a good question that people have asked. It's like, do you have to do labor for padding? The labor is like putting it all down. The padding and the carpet is like one process, you know, so the labor took care of everything. You all good with that? So there's no labor for putting down the padding because it was figured in right there. Is that okie dokie? So let's find our carpet subtotal. This is everything we did. All you do is add those 3 numbers up, man. You know, so take $315.20 plus $420 plus $199.80. Add those guys up. And it came out pretty nice, didn't it? What'd you get? I'm not using a highlight. $935, right? So $935. Would you believe that's just 1 room, though? That's a third of your homework right there. You know, to do 1 room, you will have to do 3 rooms. But let's finish this out, pretending it was homework. We have no LVT. Of course, you realize there's one other thing that you always have to pay when you buy something, is tax. Are you with me on that? So we got to do tax. So in Hays America, our sales tax is 9.25%. You just got to take the total that you paid. Would you believe $935? So you can do this on question 9. I'm not going to slide back, but question 9 is like right here. Take like $935 times. You got to change this to a decimal. And a lot of students are like, isn't it already a decimal? Like 9.25 is a decimal. Yeah, but you see it has a percent sign after it as well. So move the decimal. How many places for percent? 2 places. So do you want .0925? Yeah. So 935 times .0925. And we'll round that to 2 decimal places because that's how money works. What do you think the government will do? 48 cents or 49 cents? They'll always round it up, man. Even if that's not a 0.5 or 5 or bigger, you know, always round it up a penny. So 86.49 is what we put in here. And we add that to our $935 from before and get our grand total. To carpet this one bedroom and pay somebody to do it for us, I got $1,021.49. Did you get the same number as me? Yes, no, maybe? Cool. I'll bet you we would do just fine if we'd stop right here if it wasn't for one other thing called cabinets. There's got to be a room with cabinets in it, right? So let's do one more example and realize how the heck do we deal with these cabinets? Because I'll bet you if you were in your kitchen or your bathroom and you rip that cabinet up, it's not floored underneath of it. You know what I mean? It's like all the flooring costs money, and they put the cabinets in before they put the flooring down, right? So there are so many ways to figure out how to find the flooring area of this room. What I think is easiest is to like find the area of the whole room and take away the cabinets. Are you okay with that? We're going to find the area of the whole room and take away the cabinets. So here's what I would like to do. I would like to show a little bit of work and label these cabinets. Let's call this cabinet 1. We'll call this cabinet 2. We'll call this cabinet 3 and this cabinet 4. So in your room that has cabinets, especially the kitchen, because the kitchen usually has more cabinets than the bathroom, label each cabinet specifically so we can figure out their areas. So that's what this is all saying. It says, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put some nice LVT in there. They will not be putting any flooring underneath the cabinets. Cool. So let's find the area of the whole room. Would you also notice this, that here's a real wall, here's a real wall, there's a door on it, here's a real wall, but I made it to where this is like not even actually a wall in that spot. There is no wall there because it probably walks straight over to a dining room in that case. And the cabinets, this is like a little bar area for people to sit at. You know, they could eat right there in that situation. Your cabinet's just right here. There's no wall. So when we go to paint stuff, we'll realize, oh, there wasn't even a wall in that room kind of stuff. But that has nothing to do with our flooring. Let's find the area of the entire room. How long is this orange side, even though it doesn't quite exist? How long is that? 10 feet. But you see, they do not have an entire length. I got to add all this stuff up. So tell me how long that is. It's 5 feet, 3 feet, 2.5 feet, and 5 feet. How long is that whole side? What did we get? 15.5 feet. I would just kind of like to help you learn what's going on in this picture. This is literally my kitchen. I like totally kept it easy for myself to draw. Guess what goes right here or right here? Why is there empty spots right there in the kitchen? There is a stove there in one spot, and the other spot has a refrigerator. Yes, there is flooring underneath that, right? Like if you remove your refrigerator or you remove your stove, you'll see, oh, there's the wood floor that's still underneath it. They just don't floor underneath the cabinets. Are you okay with that? So, all right, let's do it, man. What's the area of the whole room? So 15.5 times 10. 15.5 times 10. 155 square feet. That entire kitchen is 155 square feet. But we've got to find the area of each cabinet and subtract them. So we will label it like this. We will have cabinet 1. It is 5 feet long, and OMG, Becky, how deep is every cabinet? 2 feet. So we will do 5 times 2, 10 square feet. Cabinet 2, 3 times 2, 6 square feet. And we just kind of keep on keeping on. Cabinet 3, 2 times 2.5, You see how I tried to break every cabinet up into rectangular shapes? Because this giant cabinet is literally not a rectangle. It's got that little nook, but I just cut it off and said, hey, I'm going to break it into little rectangles. So 2 times 2.5 is 5, is that right? 5 square feet. And cabinet 4, people ask, it's got a sink in it. I know it's got the sink in it, but it still doesn't have flooring underneath it. So it's just the whole thing is how long? How long is it? 15.5 feet long times 2 feet wide. And what did you get? 31 square feet. So let's add all of these numbers up right here. This is what we're calling area removed. You'll see that especially on the paint one. It's like, okay, what kind of area did you remove? Because we had 155 square feet total in the room. What's all that add up to be? 52 square feet removed, right? So 155 minus 52 is how much, y'all? 155, 103 square feet will actually be like floored. Is that okay with you? We're a smart group. Are we cool that we just took away the cabinets, right? So all I care about, remember, I'm the dude that's got to grade this. You can't do this in your head. You have to write it down for me. Does that make sense? So are we cool with what we wrote down? Show me what you did. Okay, so boom, next dude. Before we fill out the flooring work order, I'm going to just kind of do this. So, okay, here's what they did. They chose a gray LVT to put in their kitchen. It cost $3.15 per what? Yeah. The only thing that's weird is carpet. Carpet is the weird one. They always measure that by the square yard. Everything else gets measured by the square foot, right? So per square foot, find the cost of LVT. We had 103 square feet times $3.15 per square foot of LVT. Punching that in. Please make sure I'm not making typos either. I got 324.45. Did you get 324.45? Cool. You and a neighbor work together. Find the labor charge on number 5. So it is $1.75 times 103. Did we get $180.25? Yes, no, maybe? Cool. And now, myself and Ms. Voorhees, we wanted us to practice more on the filling out of the work order. So on the front side, we filled everything out and did the tax, right? So we're not trying to be mean about it. We were just trying to be helpful. That's not really what you're going to do. You're not going to fill out an entire work order for each room. Aren't you going to put all 3 rooms together on one work order? So we're going to have a do-over, right? We're going to do over what we've already done on the front side. So take a moment. Instead of flipping back and forth, you can just copy mine real quick, but we're going to have a do-over. So sorry about that, y'all, that we had to kind of repeat this all. But now we've got to figure out where our new room goes. What did we put in this new room? Carpet, ceramic tile, or LVT? What did we even put? LVT. So are you cool that it's going to go in this section, right? This doesn't even have a section for ceramic tile. Your homework will if you choose to put ceramic tile, especially in your bathroom. This is the most likely place that you would choose to do that. So let's roll with LVT. We are putting it in the kitchen, right? Isn't this the room we are in, the kitchen? And according to the problem, we chose gray LVT. If you were choosing LVT from Indian's Hardware Store, you would either have put Silverton, Blonde Oak, or Cabin Fever. Do you see the 3 choices that you have? So it's like, what choice did you do on this guy? Cool. So, all right, let's see what we got. What is the quantity of LVT that we had to put in there? 103 square feet. 103 square feet. Unit price, what did they charge us per square foot for LVT? And on Indian's Hardware Store, you can see this is $1.99, this is $1.59, this is $1.83. So whatever the heck these people bought is some high dollar stuff, right? It was $3.15 per square foot. times 103. We already have that figured out to be $180.25. Yes? Did we have some labor for LVT? Yep. How much did they charge per unit for labor? Oh, sorry, the total quantity. That's all the LVT, so we can put 103 square feet. Like if you had LVT in your kitchen, in your dining room, and your bedroom and stuff, you'd stack it all on top of each other. But did we have some labor for LVT? Good question. Why did I get... Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong number. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. This number should be 324.45. Is that right? Is that right? Thank you. My bad. Looking at the wrong spot on my worksheet. That's the biggest error that we will make. We will just put the wrong number in the wrong place on our work orders. Like, the math isn't that hard, you know. It's like just organizing it. So, okay. How much for labor, though, did we charge? $1.75. And that's where the 180 goes. So, sorry to everybody in here and out there in video land. And then what's our LVT subtotal? We have not figured that out yet, so we got to add these two numbers together. So 324.45 plus 180.25. I got 504.70. Is that what y'all got? And now where I put the gray boxes. The gray boxes are kind of the important numbers because I need to find my complete subtotal. Would you believe this number? Yours isn't even gray on your worksheet. Is that right? Right here, this is not gray? Or is it gray? Yeah. It is gray? Okay. Well, this number is not that important because it's this number. This is the important number on that situation. You guys have a gray one there? I don't. Pause, play. Thank you. All right. So we added these two numbers up, and we got 1439.70. This is your test, so be careful. You know, it's like you're writing your own test, so just watch out for this. Now let's pay tax on it. So take this number, 1439.70, times 0.0925, baby. 0.0925, and get our tax. See if you can come up with $133.18. Does that work? And then you add your subtotal plus your tax together, and I'll help you out with that. 1572.85 is what I got. I'm going to use a pen color that we can read. 1572.85. Is that okay? Would you imagine doing those two rooms would cost you like $1,600 bucks? I don't know if that means anything to you, if you know the value of a dollar yet or not, but some people think that's cheap, some people think that's expensive. So, your job, your 3 rooms only, create your work order. Here's the rules, though. The rules are you cannot use the same flooring in all 3 of your rooms. Like if you use LVT in all 3 of your rooms, you will get points taken off. You personally have to have at least 2 different types of flooring. Can your partner, like let's say I use like the gray LVT, can my partner use the gray LVT? Sure, but they can't have that in all 3 of their rooms. We're trying to make it to where you at least got to fill 2 sections out on the work order. Does that make sense? If you want to use 3 different types of flooring, great, you know, but you have to pick 2 bare minimums. So LVT, it can be, yeah, 2 different types. So it can't even be like LVT. So some of it's got to be carpet, some of it's got to be ceramic tile. Cool? All right, so let's do it, man.